In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your harmonic balancer, also known as the crank pulley. Let's get started. To start, we have to remove the engine cover, for which you can use a 10mm socket and remove the two mounting nuts. This one came off with the stud. That's fine. That happens sometimes. Just pull the engine cover up and out. Now with this engine cover off, you're going to want to put a 19mm socket down all the way to this right here, which is basically just a 19mm hex cutout on the tensioner bracket. And what you want to do now is press down on it. That's going to squish the tensioner and relieve tension off of this belt. Now, this being a hydraulic tensioner, not spring-loaded, all you have to do is just hold pressure on it and it will slowly release. There we go. Now take the belt off of anywhere where you can reach. I'm just going to take it off of the idler, or the tensioner I should say, right there, and then release your tool. And there you go. Take the tool off. It's kind of tight in there. There we go. That's off. Now from underneath, you'll see that this splash shield is in the way. It has a few push clips around here, but I'm going to start with removing those two 10mm bolts that are there. That's going to give us the most access to this area, because what we're after is right behind this. Okay, you can see that this comes down now. Now you don't have to take it all the way down if you don't want to. I won't. I'm just going to fold it out of the way like that. The belt is off. You don't have to do anything to that. Now you're going to want to take a 19mm socket and remove this crank bolt. Now you should be able to just grab this harmonic balancer and walk it right out. There it is. You shouldn't need a puller, and you definitely should not pry on it because you will break the timing cover. Now take your new harmonic balancer, make sure that you line the little spline up with the keyway on the crank. Gently slide it on. There we go. You should be able to very smoothly push it in all the way, bottomed out. That's it. You shouldn't need to tap it with a hammer. You shouldn't need to press it in with a bolt. You shouldn't need any of that. It should be nice and smooth. It's okay if it wiggles a tiny bit like that. Obviously, we'll get clamped down when the bolt goes in. I cleaned up the crank bolt. I'm going to reinstall it. The torque for this is 102 foot-pounds, and in order to torque it, you'd have to use a special holding tool, which I don't have. It actually bolts onto the harmonic balancer, and then it has a hole in the middle to let you torque it. Again, I don't have that, so I'm just going to make it nice and snug with my air gun. If you do this, it's important that you know your tool, because you don't want to over-tighten this, or even worse, strip it or break it inside the crankshaft. Let's put this shield back, make sure it lines up with both mounting points, and then start the screws in. Tighten them up. Just be careful because they do screw into plastic, so don't over tighten them or they'll strip the plastic and then they won't stay tight. And there you have it. Get your tool and your socket back in here. Push down on the tensioner to release tension. Again, constant pressure is the key. Slip the belt on, slowly release it. Make sure the belt is still perfectly positioned on all the pulleys. It is very important, otherwise it will fall off and it will shred itself to pieces, and it's not going to be good. So, now that that's on, remove your tool. Let's get the engine cover on. Now let's just put the engine cover right back, make sure it lines up with both of the studs, and put the mounting nuts back on, tighten it up. There you go, take it for a road test.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.